If somebody is inspiring you on the internet and you don't know their story, are you educated at all? Just like you want to say, okay, people are using the bank, the financial institution, for money laundering and fraud, close the bank. It's not possible. Each and every one of us at every point in time in our life just spray money.
All of us can tell how much data state is generating, but what we can't tell is what is money used for.
Why is the society not ready to ask questions? You don't expect an individual to take up the responsibility of the government for the fact you don't know the process doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You need to be out there to affect people positively. And Nigeria, we are quick to push out fake information. We try to attribute negativity on successful people as fast as we can. How do you expect to get 100 million by waking up in the morning? It's not possible. First of all, you'll be criminal. Okay, you don't tag spoon and scam. That is the biggest fraud, the biggest lie. If they ask you now, what can you do? Anything is nothing. So the youth of this generation, we've taken away hard work, we've taken away the truth. Now they break everywhere, boss. You know the funniest thing about this world? You will not make it out alive.
Some days ago, a gentleman posted, I saw it on the internet, where somebody said he posted some of these our Nigerian big boys, in quotes, who like to throw money, lavish money. You know, some of them had different parties where money was thrown, and you know, different kind of lavish lifestyle that they have put up or put before the internet. We would like to know. And the guy narrated some story and said, this kind of people, the truth is that they have done so much harm to the society than good, than lavishing money in all kinds of way, throwing money, and the young people are being influenced negatively with such kind of lavish lifestyle. So I'd like us to talk about it. What do you think? Say, I'm still going to stand on my ground, but I want to hear from you. What do you think? Say, do you think they are correct? Because for them to have come to say they don't create different wrong narrative, give our young people today, we make our young people, they do all kinds of things to make ends meet, not considering the fact that the consequence behind it. Now, what do you think? Are they the one responsible? Should we nail it to them?
So first of all, they are not responsible for, like the way you put it, that they have negatively influenced this. They are doing more harm than good.
Yes,
I disagree with it. That is one. Because look at our society. First of all, there is hunger in the society. Now, you are taking the job or the responsibility of the family, the church, and the government, and you are trying to put it on very few individuals that are living off their social capital lifestyle, because their business requires lifestyle to strive. Their business requires the lifestyle for them to secure partnership with luxury brand, drink brands. You understand?
Yes.
And these persons in question, because I like working with fact and data,
yes,
not working on assumption.
Yes.
The name he mentioned that day, I asked, have you seen them in the last, or when last have you seen them flaunt stack of cash in occasions?
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
When have you seen them flaunt stack of cash in occasion? The answer is no, you've not seen them. It's only the few around them. And now, thank God the EFCC is doing clamp down on cash. So I don't see people portraying their wealth. Now, these persons, they have their story. If you want to pick a mentor today now, what will you do to pick a mentor? You need to know your mentor's story.
Yeah.
And what's the job of a mentor? A mentor is to influence you,
inspire
is to
you,
guide you, inspire you, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, if somebody is inspiring you on the internet and you don't know their story, are you educated at all? You need to know the root cause of how this person got to this place. If Nigeria is a sane society where civil servants are earning properly, salary is good, we have light, we have good roads, we have amenity, basics of livelihood is there, healthcare is there, do you think these people will still influence our youth? What are the youth? What are they teaching them in school? So we are taking the responsibility of their family, their education, their school, from primary to secondary to higher institution, the church, and the government. You are taking their responsibility and resting it on just few individuals because of the lifestyle. They always preach and say this lifestyle is because of the nature of our business. They say it openly that, oh, this lifestyle do not mimic us because of the nature of our business. which they use to create influence. So you want them to close their shop because you feel some people are influenced when those people have failed to do their due diligence on who these people are.
Yeah.
So I don't see, just like you want to say, okay, people are using the bank, the financial institution, for money laundering and fraud, close the bank. It's not possible, because the nature of their business is influencing, is lifestyle, they are socialites.
Can we use the last party, Obi Cubana's birthday, 50 for 50, yeah? The last party, let's use that as an example. You know, there was a lot of flaunting of cash, a lot of, you know, all kinds of currencies were thrown on that day. Now, what would you think that the average Nigerian youth, what would, by the time you look at the whole birthday, the whole flaunting of money and every paparazzi and all the lifestyle, do you think that an average man can think that, oh, this money might actually come from a proper hustling? Like we say, we started from the scratch. You know, when somebody started from the scratch from point A, B, and was just going up and get to a certain level. Do you think that such party didn't have a lot of negative influence so over the average Nigerian youth?
So for that party, I will tell you for a fact that I saw governors, I saw senators, I saw House of Reps, I saw commissioners, I saw ministers, I saw billionaires, I saw businessmen, known businessmen in that party. What do you expect of such gathering? That party is a party of networking. Why are we not looking at the brighter side of these things? We are talking about the appreciating singer flavor. It's normal.
Yeah.
Each and every one of us at every point in time in our life don't spray money. Your sister wedding, you know spray. Your brother wedding, you know spray. Your grandpapa burial or your grandma burial, or maybe one of your closest, they're not spraying money. So why is it that when these people do their own, it becomes a problem? When we are not looking at the neck. I know people, a lot of my friends were there, and I know people who say they network. There are some people you cannot see on a normal day. That birthday was the perfect opportunity for you to see them, network with them, tell them what you want to do, book an appointment. Why are we not seeing the brighter side of this thing? Why are we just looking at the shallow side, fronting of money, this one, that one?
Okay, Tio, I want to bring it from your perspective, because you also see, and I'm sure probably this might also have, you know, have one or two effects on you. So what do you have to say on this?
Okay, first and foremost, I'm not a socialite.
Okay,
you get, I'm not a lifestyle
yeah,
with the anguish is coming from. There's something said the family, while we leave the job of the few of what the family could do, the government could do,
the teachers,
the schools could do, and everything to do. The truth is, we all know that Nigeria has failed. Yes. From the politicians to the pastors to everybody, they failed. But do we have to continue this trend, or just develop a certain kind of way, knowing that morality is declining because of what people are perceiving? I'm not socialite, so when I'm seeing this stuff on TV, first thing I'm doing is I'm praying to God that when my own will come, who be the next big man where we'll go meet, we go help bless me money.
Yes.
I'm looking for the next governor that somebody will lift me up to. Why are you not giving us how much you make a year?
So why are you coming from the negative aspect of the gathering?
No, like let him say his point.
Wait,
this is his point. This is his perspective.
No, it's his point. I'm just trying to draw him back to be in the path of understanding. You are a very learned person.
Okay.
And why you weigh the pros, you weigh the cons, whatever you do.
Okay.
If you look at that gathering and you feel like, oh, it might be that they are using these people for money laundering, or no, these people might be contractors or might be doing business.
Yeah.
Try and balance it.
No. The truth is
he has to say it the way it is from his observation.
These are consistent facts with the politicians of this country.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you getting me? These are consistent facts with the country. We will know about. All of us can tell how much data state is generating.
Yeah.
But what we can't tell is what is this money used for. You're saying, okay, you can be able to spray 100 million in quotes conveniently. Okay, but how much is your net worth in a year? What are the sustainable growth you've done to achieve this particular money? Like, for example, if we talk about Bill Gates, talk of Elon Musk, we could say, okay, they have so amounts of money. This business is what they have. this is what generates this amount of money every year. We have those statistics in place to make judgmental, to make informed decision on what they're doing. But all these people, we don't know what's up. They just come out, they're spraying. So you cannot blame us, we that don't, we're still trying to understand, try to get alive, to think this way. Because we cannot say, see, the family has failed us, pastors have failed us, these have failed us, then we should not do what is best for the next generation coming.
So why are you blaming societal failure on the product of the society?
I don't think is not
because
blaming.
These people are the product of the society. And if we have agreed that the family, the education sector, the church, the government, which is the society, which make up the society, has failed, why do you think that this particular people, only this particular set of people, because they are product of the society, should not turn things around? First of all,
they are aiding and making that feel of those people real.
How are they doing it? You mentioned something. You talked about statistics. I happen to be in tech. I've been in tech for years. In Nigeria, there is no accurate data keeping in Nigeria. To think of
that's
it,
true.
that is number one. If you want to know the net worth of the Bill Gates and the rest, their stocks are publicly listed. The companies they hold shares are publicly listed. So automatically you know the value of their stock, you know how many stock they have, you can do the multiplication and you come to terms. They have their asset declared openly. Now in Nigeria, how many, in fact, after the last election, how many of your politicians declare their asset openly?
No.
So now, if the structure is so, why do you think it's just these few individuals that are going about their normal businesses? You want them to set up a structure that will help them know their net worth. You want them to stop showing their what's it called, their wealthy lifestyle that is bringing more wealth to their pocket, because you want them to please the society. Why is the society not ready to ask questions?
So that means in generally speaking, now what we think that I think we should be standing more to call the government to do their due diligence. Good.
For instance, the EFCC now said no more spraying of the naira, no more mutilating the naira, and you see everybody obeys it. Now there should be regulatory framework from the government. You don't expect an individual to take up the responsibility of the government. It's not possible. If there are regulatory framework to how things are done, take for instance, now I play in the crypto space. At first, when the crypto space started, it was not regulated. People were moving money anyhow, like it was a loose end. And all of a sudden, regulation came in. There's what we call KYC, know your customer business. There's what we call on-chain analysis. We analyze the coin. Where is it coming? Is this coin a bad coin? Is it terrorist finance coin? And all that. Now, this regulatory framework put together has made the sector to be viable. The BlackRocks, the Vanguard, the big corporations are buying Bitcoin. Strategy is buying Bitcoin. Tesla is buying Bitcoin. Even Donald Trump is buying Bitcoin. And at the end of the day, the sector has been able to be filtered. If you move money, now everybody know that, this bad money moved from this person to so and so person. Who is this person? Give us the KYC. That is the regulatory demand. You don't expect us as individuals, as people who are benefiting from the I use social capital to grow one of my business here in this town. So I will not say, okay, as at then when I was in bowling and all that, I should stop going to the club. Is corrupting people. I did a seminar. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Free. I spent millions. How many people showed up? So we should not focus the energy we are supposed to focus on the government to do what is right, to set up framework to checkmate these things, to say, okay, how do we now know people's net worth?
Okay.
I will not blame it on the individuals that are benefiting from the system and they are product of the society. It doesn't add up.
Okay, for what I think is this, but like some of them will hear that, okay, they've been able to support some certain persons, help some individuals to grow their business. But like I keep saying, when you look at the young people, it's just like somebody who is vulnerable.
I think it just sense that the government actually.
You know, the truth is, no, apart from this, see, a lot of times, I don't like where we always shift things to the government, even though we know the system is wrong.
No, Pedro,
we are not disputing that fact.
Pedro,
but
the truth is
you cannot tell me that. No, you cannot tell me. No, you. Okay,
the government
is let me explain to you. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that when you raise your child or I meet with your son today and your son begin to portray a certain art, then you tell me that And I begin to ask you, why is your son behaving in this manner?
There's my duty as a father.
That means
I'll not say,
foundation
I'll
of
not
that
say,
problem
okay,
is the family.
why
It's
you're
from
not
the
even
home.
telling me that it is the government. Let me tell you, one thing that will always influence people is something people meet with, see with their eyes, read constantly. These certain persons has constantly put up this to our face, like you said earlier, that you don't expect me to come and be thinking like you. Me, that I don't know whether you people are front, if the way you are throwing hundreds of millions on the ground or spraying it is what is generating funds. How do you expect me to come to that time with you? Do you understand? So I just see that my mind tells me, like you said, when God, this is what begin to ring in my mind. God, when? How these people this kind of money? And then I begin to see that what is the process? Because there is no process.
You are not aware
if there is a process,
does not mean there's no
you
process.
cannot just tell that today you bring out a certain of you bring out this drink, say, and this particular brand of drink is doing endorsement. Tomorrow you bring out this alcohol and say this alcohol. Then at the end of the day, we don't understand.
Permit me
and
to
you throw all kinds of money.
Pedro, permit me to cut in now. For the fact you don't know doesn't mean it doesn't exist. For the fact you don't know the process doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Meaning that there is not enough data out there for you to know. And why are there not enough data? Programs like this are supposed to be bringing people to talk about their story and it will be referenced. We want to land a man in the moon was one of the most powerful speech in the world John F. Kennedy gave. And the video is still out there, it's on YouTube. As at then there was no YouTube. But people knew that this man said this thing years ago. It's a vision, he has implanted. We need to achieve that vision. Do you understand? Now, the process these people take are not well documented because of the way they move. I for one, wait, I'm coming.
Okay.
I for one, I don't have a mentor at a point in my life.
Yeah.
I was just effing around and finding out. And at the end of the day, I got to this stage. And today, I can tell you there are a lot of persons, not just that I have close to 80 staff under my payroll. I don't help a lot of persons. And you know one thing about hiding the help you make to people is because the more you talk about the help, the more people want to come and meet you for help. Yeah. And you may not be financially capable to carry everybody along. Yeah. Like the government. Do you understand? You get? So that doesn't mean there is no process. When you come and meet me one-on-one, there was a guy I sat down with and I told the guy my journey from when I started, how I started, and how I got here, how I left football, I play football, I DJ and everything, and how I got to this point. And he was like, I feel say you be Yahoo boy. So he felt, he never confronted me one day and said, bro, what's your story? And then let me lie to you.
How will he ask you of your story?
But he confronted me. And I told him. But he's already having the notion that I'm a fraudster.
From far, I don't need to ask you when you see. There's a way you spend money. There's a word Pastor Chris will always use. Pastor Chris will say, money amplifies the voice of the spender, of the owner. Do you understand? Yeah. When you spend money a certain kind of way, you don't expect me to even bother to ask you. It's still possible, quite all right. Yeah. But it already passes a message to me. Okay, look at I don't know what some of their names now. You go to their caption, use on internet. When they post some of their lifestyle, you say, anything better than money is more money, or anything faster than money is other kind of captions.
Okay, let me reference you. Let me reference you. Before you go far, forget. Let me reference you to one person. Do you remember Invictus Obi?
Yes.
You remember Hush Puppy?
Yes.
Look at these two people lifestyle. Their source of wealth is from the same thing. But look at their lifestyle. One is a corporate guy, Forbes 30 CEO. The other one is lavish. They spend money for Dubai, but they still arrest the two for the same crime. So, but normally, if you don't ask question, you'll be saying these two is the saint.
Yeah.
And Hush Puppy is the bad guy. No, you say the two are bad guys. So we should always go to the root. We need data. We need fact.
That is because
a lot of us work on assumption and feeling.
Yes, that's because it's not the problem. What you just said now justifies what I'm saying.
No, it's not the problem of the person. For the fact you sit in your house and you see them and you assume that they are this or they are that. That is on you. It's not on them. I give you an instance. You will not shut down the bank because of money laundering.
No,
the lifestyle they live. Okay, take for instance now, person like Obi Cubana made Glenfiddich popular in Nigeria.
Okay.
Promoted Glenfiddich. Glenfiddich is a whiskey. Now, do you think if he's sitting in his house doing low-key and the rest, Glenfiddich will see him and give him such deal? Do you think he will sell a double bitter? Do you think he's going to push enviable motors to this height? Do you think he's going to push Vibe? Do you think Samsung is going to sign him as brand ambassador? Do you think he's going to partner with Hamas Game? If you're in your house, you can't get the influence to. You need to be out there to affect people positively. It's left for you to look it from the negative side or from the positive side.
Okay.
It's not on him.
Let me say something. Now, all these people that flaunt money online or through parties.
Is it money they flaunt? Is it cash or wealth?
Or they flaunt this certain kind of lifestyle that have arrived. My life is settled or stuff like that. Good. They're the people that always come up in news for fraudulent stuff.
Okay.
For example, a few days ago, I'm not saying you can never hear news saying Dangote is involved in something. You can never hear.
I have. Yes.
You can never
browse about it. Dangote name don't come outside on news for wrong reason. Browse about it.
No, as in you cannot come on news here. $40 student things. But tomorrow you're hearing people come on
this one something is
happening.
So
today, why is you always trending with them? Why are you always trending with
them?
Do you understand?
Hold on, let me answer you now. The person you are referencing to that in the last 3 days EFCC came for, the case was mutilation of the naira. He stepped on the naira note. That was the case.
Yeah.
He stepped on the naira note.
Yes.
It's not like he sprayed the naira, or it's not like he was involved in fraud.
Yes.
He stepped on the naira note. Yeah. Now, every big man have one scandal or the other. Maybe now never hear him. First Bank has a huge scandal. Ifeanyi had a scandal. Dangote had a scandal. Who else again? Allen Onyema, Airpeace had a scandal. Having a scandal may be misinformation. Do you understand? Maybe like maybe they say you didn't pay tax and actually you pay tax. Maybe you didn't file on time or stuff like that. Or maybe there was some transaction so there's what we call compliance in tech and in banks. There's some transaction that will go. They will say it's a suspicious transaction. They will freeze the money and then you hear so amount has been freezed in this billionaire's account. I thought I'm a fraudster and this one. No. That's where due diligence comes in. So now, we always try to attribute, and Nigeria, we are quick to push out fake information. We try to attribute negativity on successful people as fast as we can. As fast as we can, we try to attribute. Now, the state has moved from one party to another. The same party we criticize for years. Yeah. All of them don't move, go to the next party. Are we not hypocrites?
Very hypocrites. We are hypocrites.
We are hypocrites. So when we say these people, they are influencing people negatively, there are some things you cannot do, Pedro. Yeah. It's because of your upbringing.
Yeah.
There are some qualities, there are some attributes that you have today is because of where you're coming from, your home.
Yes.
Or some is because of your childhood church.
Yes.
You understand? Now, how come as you don't big, you don't wise, you don't grow, you not switch? Those discipline, those character were instilled in you from the home. So if you wake up now and your mindset is daybreak everywhere, boss, it's from the home. You understand? Your friends might influence you.
Yes.
It's not like your friends might not influence you.
Yes.
The society is not meant to pet you. The society is not meant to make you soft. The society is going to come hard on you.
Yes.
You need to stand with your tough skin and say, this is not what I want. This is my core value. I'm going to protect it. So what of the people that are inspiring them? Why are they not looking up to those people? Why are they not looking up to the Koscharis? Why are they not looking to the Vusi Tamboa? Why are they not looking to the Flutterwave GB? Yeah. Why are they not looking to the fintechs?
Yeah.
Why are they not looking to the Banksy? Why are they not looking to Elumelus?
Okay.
Why are you concentrating? If not the big guy where you get na thief dey. Why do they look all these people? Why do you not look the people they say they go over these people who they talk about? Go their Instagram page.
Yeah.
If you go their Instagram page, you dey see most things they do now. Occasion appearance, marriage appearance or burial appearance, family gathering, and probably their businesses. Now they did their page. You know, go see where we see that they carry cash, they spray, they do this one. We don't already perceive these people say, oh, they front their way, they be. What of just Bezos where we say they buy yachts,
so
buy private
so
jets?
make
What of Richard Branson's will get full island?
Okay, make I ask you a question now. How did we come to the point where we are today? That you will see a young man, a little boy of 15, 20, 18 years. The next thing he does is all his mind is to throw money.
We live in a very vulnerable society, which we've all agreed to. You understand? And now, I'll use myself as an example. May not be like say I be proud. There are some things where we say, I don't consider, say, oh Bob, I go do this thing.
Yes.
But if I think of my family value, I no go try am. Take for instance now, my cousins, we reach like 20 something, not 30 something. None of them born out of wedlock. And I'm like the third to last for that hierarchy.
Yeah.
So because of every December we dey go together, we dey date together, we dey talk, we dey see the way everybody, oh, this one go marry for a bunch of go marry. I tell myself, say, I know
you no go make that mistake
before I marry.
Yes.
And I hold on to that thing.
It won't happen in your own
Not
era.
be my hand, this is a family culture, this is a family value where you go hold on to.
Yes.
You understand? It don't mean say we don't know everything, no.
Yes.
But it's a family culture you need to hold on to. If the society has failed to hold on to the next generation, what do we do? How do we educate them? Then it now becomes a collective effort. Not putting it on some certain individual that are trying to survive.
Because they have made money, you know what put it.
Because they have made money, they are trying to survive. If they're not there on the internet now, you know go ask wetin dem dey do. You know go wan do business with them.
Yes.
At a point, I supplied cubana wine.
Yes.
In Asaba.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
I know people say they supply the Odogu bitter. I know people say they buy real estate from am.
Yes.
I will give you that one as an example. If I don't see, is marketing, social capital is marketing also. If I don't see them on this thing and what they do, I will not go and patronize them. Why go just focus on say, oh, this people are flaunting where they are flying private jets. You work hard. You
So that means the where the issue is coming from is the young people looking from the wrong perspective.
Simple.
So the question is, why are they looking for the wrong perspective? That's the question.
Because the whole idea is
their upbringing.
Yeah, upbringing.
So are we blaming it now on the
Family and church. The first back.
No, don't score church.
No. See, growing up,
yes.
I'm a core drama member.
Okay.
And over with my stubborn. When I say person stubborn, and I'm be the black sheep for the house. You tell my mama say the big person friend to say black sheep.
You.
Now I not any other person. You understand? But I know we dey create time to go that drama rehearsal.
Yeah, exactly.
We dey create time to go AYF, African Youth Fellowship then. We dey create time to go like all those church program because it's something that they imbibe in us.
Yes.
You dey get?
Yeah.
So these are like family core values wey be say they put in us. So fear no dey let us dey. Even when I go school, wey be say I dey stay on my own, I still go join drama group. Rise to the rank to almost become drama this, but I no did that. I no get that full commitment because my afternoon class I dey go.
Yes.
To become drama leader.
Yes.
But there was no time I was not till today. Corporate worship Auchi. Any head of drama, any drama leader wey they get, they'll give her my number. He go DM me. He go tell me, sir, this is when we are doing our night of 1,000 love. This is when we are doing our drama night. And they always support them since I move out to 2016 to date. That's 9 years. That's a value from church.
Yes.
So what are we not saying? Are we saying we should, because of few individuals, we say they do their thing, they survive, then they will become the problem of the society? Okay, what they are doing is wrong, but everybody is associating with them. If they come here now say they want to refurbish the studio, you know go follow them.
The truth is this: I just want a session where we could put it right or put it out there that these young people are every day they keep going deep into this thing.
So what we'll do now is we'll now remove blame game and focus on reality. You understand?
So I think it is time. If you have a business, put it up. Let's see the process of the business. Let's see the finished work of the business. Let's have an idea.
So the thing is, business are segmented to markets. There's what we call total addressable market. There's what we call your addressable market. Now, for instance, now I have a cross-border platform that enables people to send naira to like 7 African countries.
Okay.
Currently now, and I'm pushing it. The reason why I will not come and meet you,
yes,
and tell you is because maybe probably I feel me and you see that about.
Yes.
Maybe I'm not sure say you get plan to travel yet.
Yes.
You get, there's a certain place I am marketing that business. There's a certain place I am pushing that business. You know about Lily Food because it's something you use.
Yes.
If you are doing crypto, you know my crypto exchange.
Yes.
If you have like an e-commerce and you need an infrastructure for your collections and payout, I have another fintech for that. I have a fintech for ticketing. It's called Ticket Down for.
Okay.
I have a social this thing which you know. I have different business. I have a real estate company. It depends on, if I know you are my market, I will target you and show you my business.
Yes.
If you're not my market, I am wasting money showing you my business. You understand?
Yes.
So we need to imbibe the culture and habit of storytelling.
Okay.
So that people will know our story. For every success, there's a story, bad or good.
So, but at the same time, I know. Don't you still think that these people should cut down on the flaunting?
If you tell them they cut down on the flaunting, it's like telling them to close shop and go to their villages. But the flaunting is what is putting food on their table, is what is giving them more customers. That is why Obi Cubana can wake up tomorrow.
Because the pressure is too much.
It's not like
on the people.
There's no
on
pressure
the people.
There's no pressure there. You are pressuring yourself. There are a lot of persons where we say, I don't forget their name, but like they are like influencers.
Yes.
In the UAE, they're influencers in US. There's one called Mr. Beast also.
Yeah.
They go to luxury brand. They buy luxury cars. You'll see one of the video when they wake up in the morning, they will go to car
and dash and give it to people.
They will dash them out,
yes.
So they will use and
Mr. Beast
drive and
yes.
they will do all those ones.
Yes.
Now, what do you think they are doing? They are creating social capital. Those people that have interest in cars come close to them. And then the car brands, they endorse them. The car brands, they endorse them. Some of them now are brand ambassador to these big cars. Meaning that if a brand like Rolls Royce or this Ferrari, we no go see their advert for TV. All those kind of brand now, maybe they do all those private jet, all those Boeing or Airbus, Embraer, they do all those their shows. Now you think they see all those kind of cars. Now these people have access to get into those places. It's just like if you're a luxury shopper, if you're buying expensive brands, they will create a profile for you. And some of the benefits you get is whenever there are rare collections, they are going to send you an email that, oh, Louis Vuitton have a rare collections of this one. They have like a limited edition of this one. You get, if you are interested, you have like priority to access that. So I can buy it and resell it. It is business. So and they look everything from the business perspective.
Yeah.
So now when you know understand business, now you go to look at from how do you expect to get 100 million by waking up in the morning? It's not possible. First of all, you be criminal.
Okay, because there is I think there's a place where, so we just talk about all this whole idea of flaunting money. And one guy say, not anybody won't tell him that you see this money, this guy do whatever way when they go take, when he go take, do say if he never come to this point, what in they live for?
That's the
that's I just feel say,
and it's still again boils down to family values and God.
Man, the thing is,
we're not really blame because me I did even the thing that maybe tomorrow night blow I guess what kind of money. I'm not carrying my guys but we'll go to the best of them.
But okay, as we speak about this and say, have you ever been to a party in the UK where you have this kind of our party here in Nigeria where they money like this, money in water.
See Nigeria no dey party.
No,
Singapore, they spend for full club like this, high table.
Yes.
High table. Reservation at 1,000. High table like no chair. You dey see table full lounge like this, reservation is $100,000. Minimum spend.
No, but that's not.
No, I think
that's okay.
No, that's okay.
No, how is
that's
it okay? How is it okay?
You are coming to pay for it.
How many persons?
Not that you stack this kind of money. Stack.
In the course of that party, they throw. You never see those guys where they dash baking bag for club. They throw baking bag for inside club. They dash money $100,000 inside club.
But you know,
it happened for Vegas now. It happened for you for US now.
If you talk about
if you tell me say the bad PRO that comes out of Nigeria spread faster,
Yeah.
and we agree, and all of us
Very
we are
bad
complicit.
PRO.
We are complicit to these things.
Yeah.
Nobody
Because-
dey post anybody business. Now only when you don't enter one wahala dem dey post you.
True.
If you do BC now to your contact, say I'm open family clinic, want to have like an open event, please post on your status. Nobody
Nobody will post that.
Post say only nudes don leak. Send am for your brokers. Make you know whether everybody wey believe that A to Z go download am.
Yes.
But if you post about business, you post about success, you post about processes, they will ignore it. So you don't expect us to more go dey open for their leg, they drag them to go and follow process.
So Olili, in a nutshell, what do you get to tell these young people?
Well, there is no shortcut to the palm tree you must climb. Whether you use rope, you use ladder, you use your hand and your leg, you must climb to the top of the palm tree. You understand? There is always a process. When Jesus Christ, when he came to die for us, there was a process.
Yes.
From carpentry to the miracle to the teaching to even anger, to even unleashing anger in the this thing. It is part of the process. And our youth, we don't want to take risk, because most of us, we grew up in an environment where risk is forbidden. 2, we don't know how to socialize, we don't know how to network. We grew up in an environment where we were caged, so we could not build relationships. Some of us, we know billionaires, we know people they did very wealthy, but we couldn't keep up the relationship with them. Neymar, for instance, Neymar had some of his friends where they know they work, if they pay they don't salary as friends. So if he move to PSG, France, then they move like he go rent house, he go do this, they be friends. He just they pay them to keep the friendship. There is something these people are bringing. There is a certain value he feels he's getting from this his friends. We make why you not cut them off?
Yes.
So we know sabi network, we know sabi keep friendship. 3, most of us we don't tag school as scam. That is the biggest fraud, the biggest lie. Education, nobody. There's no leader that is not a reader. There is nobody that has made it in life that is not a reader. I hate reading, but I can't force myself to read. Currently, I'm doing my MBA because I've seen that every day you need to validate theses from people who have experience, and you can only get it from reading and studying. So a lot of us now, after we don't finish secondary school, you go school, go read international relationship. You don't even know whether you go relate with anybody internationally. Then you now blame the likes of the cubana and saying they are flaunting wealth, and you study international relationship knowing fully well say you don't have a skill. Carry me along. If they ask you now, what can you do?
Nothing.
Anything is nothing. I know people say you'll come my DM say Olili employ me now. What can you do? At least let's start from somewhere.
Yes.
The girl that is managing 2 of my company's social media handles, I posted something on my Snap some years ago, on my WhatsApp status some years ago. I said, if any girl won't learn anything, may visit udemy.com. When you visit that udemy.com, it's like a place where you buy courses online. Okay. Any course where you pick interest in, buy the course with your money. If you study and finish, I will vet you. You become an intern, and I will send your money back. Only one girl. And the girls have not been even my contact today. Now one of my guys screenshot and post. A lot of people screenshot post. Only one girl now come.
Can you imagine?
We're not ready to.
And he buy the course. Study social media management. Today she's the one handling 2 of my company's social media.
Wow.
From 2019 till date. That's like 6 years. From when before she went to school to when she graduates, she still dey work for me. She's making her money. So the youth of this generation, we've taken away hard work, we've taken away the truth. Now they break everywhere, boss. And another thing, I will say this thing publicly with unapologetically, Yahoo did more harm than good.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because he gave people the next day. That's why you see in some of these advanced countries, they regulate social media a lot.
Yeah. Social media didn't work.
You understand? They regulate it a lot. If your interest is, and we live in a crazy world. The world is brutal. You know the funniest thing about this world? You will not make it out alive. You must die here. That's how brutal the world is. Yes. So you need to confront the brutal truth. That is why I did a seminar. I said entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
Yes.
It is a brutal truth.
Yes.
So you're doing business, you don't have the basic knowledge on how to sustain your business. As you make small money for your business, you don't go buy designers, you don't go buy luxury. You see where education comes from.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things we need to go back to the foundation, from our education sector to the mindset. And currently now, if we say don't bad, wait now, make this young generation give birth. Then their mama now the ones who first start to do BBL. Their grandmama now they start to do BBL.
Jesus Christ.
We can't see the kind of decay we won't come the society.
Okay, Mr. Tio, so what do you have to say?
Man, it's sad where we are as a country right now. For the young ones coming,
yes.
It's really sad what we're saying. And like you rightly said, man, we need to go back to the basics: family, school, and the government to play a role. Because if not, it's going to be crazy. Like you said something in UK, for example, it's what we call GDPR.
Yeah.
You don't post anything like that online. You don't. You don't. For example, I can't just come, take my phone, and take us picture without taking consent from you guys. You can't.
That's data protection.
You can't, because if I do that, I'm going to see. So, like, too many nonsense is allowed in this country, and it's creating a lot of images and mindsets in the upcoming generation. They don't feel that this is how life is.
Yeah.
They're not exposed. They're not learned. They don't feel this is how life is. And it's not. It's not.
So their knowledge is based on what they see around. So before they start seeing outside what their elder ones and their uncle and their sibling, everybody with their around them they do.
Yes.
So already they give them that narrative.
That narrative. Wow.
It's crazy.
Thank you so much. Like I always say, please always stay on Family Clinic. It's the place and the platform where you come and listen to those things that will transform you. I mean, it is time to change the narrative from what Don Ike said. Oh man, I'm touched. Same thing with what Mr. Tio said. So it is time, always come here, listen to what we have to say to you, and begin to change some of the perspective you have about life generally. Thank you so much for always watching Family Clinic, and say bye for now.